It's the three other guys that make this even more of an important target. Zahedi oversees the region. The three other officers that were there, the senior officers, one was responsible for Quds support for Palestine. That is, he's the guy that supplies the weapons to Hamas. The other one is the guy who oversees Quds operations in Yemen. He's the guy that supplies the Yemenis with the weapons. The other guy was the guy that oversees Quds operations in Iraq. It's a giant campaign meeting. I mean, in the axis of resistance history, this is one of the more important meetings that if there was ever a time to do something bold, this is it. This is the time.
Welcome to a critical exploration of the Middle East's unfolding narrative, a region where the echoes of history meet the pulses of contemporary conflicts. As we delve into the intricate tapestry of Macha's events, marked by the solemnity of Ramadan, our journey uncovers hidden facets and untold stories. From the escalating tensions in Israel to the unfolding drama in Iran, Turkey, and Syria, we're piecing together a mosaic of intrigue and power plays. Our guide through this complex geopolitical labyrinth is none other than former UN Inspector Scott Ritter, whose insights will shed light on the shadowed corners of these nations. Join us as we navigate through the layers of diplomacy, conflict, and the relentless pursuit of power in a region that continues to shape global destiny. Drawing on the critical insights of Mr. Scott Ritter, we delve into the grave situation in Gaza under the intensifying shadow of Israel's military operations. In recent weeks, a profoundly distressing escalation has unfolded, shattering the fragile fabric of the region. Over 200 humanitarian workers, dedicated to providing relief and support in this besieged territory, have become unintended casualties in a rapidly deteriorating conflict. This alarming spike in hostilities reached its zenith with Israel's unprecedented assault on a UN aid convoy, an act that starkly contradicts international norms and humanitarian ethics. This catastrophic event claimed the lives of 7 UN staff members of varied nationalities, including an Australian, a British, and a Palestinian driver, symbolizing the indiscriminate brutality of the attack. Such incidents paint a grim picture of the escalating aggression in the region, raising urgent and critical questions about the safety and protection of those engaged in humanitarian missions in volatile conflict zones. In the wake of this profound tragedy and the chaos engulfing Gaza, we shift our focus to a related and equally significant development: Israel's clandestine operation targeting Iran's diplomatic mission in Syria, a maneuver that adds yet another layer of complexity to the already intricate tapestry of regional dynamics. In a startling episode that reverberated through the international corridors, Israel's Air Force deployed their most sophisticated F-35 jets for a daring nighttime operation against Iran's diplomatic establishment in Syria. This audacious assault, executed under the cover of darkness, marked a glaring defiance of international diplomatic norms. 4 precision-guided missiles tore through the stillness of the night, homing in on their target, the Iranian consulate near Damascus. The impact was catastrophic, claiming the lives of 4 influential Iranian figures, including 2 top-ranking generals. This strategic and calculated attack has not only caused immediate destruction but also sowed the seeds for potential geopolitical upheaval. Tehran's immediate and forceful condemnation of the strike, coupled with its promise of retribution, signals the likelihood of a major escalation. This incident has not only strained already tenuous relations between Israel and Iran but also raises the specter of broader regional instability. The implications of this brazen strike extend far beyond the immediate loss of life and destruction. It challenges the delicate balance of power in the Middle East and heightens the risk of a wider conflict that could draw in other regional powers and potentially disrupt global peace. As we reflect on the profound consequences of this momentous act by Israel, our story now pivots towards Turkey, a nation experiencing its own significant political shifts that are poised to reshape its future and influence in the region. Turkey's political arena is experiencing a seismic shift, signaling a pivotal transformation that has not been seen in nearly 2 decades. The stronghold of President Erdogan's Justice and Development Party, AKP, is showing signs of erosion. This trend was prominently highlighted in the recent local elections, which served as an informal referendum on AKP's governance. There is a widening chasm between the parties' public declarations of support for Palestine and emerging evidence suggesting covert military support to Israel. This duplicity has not gone unnoticed by the Turkish electorate, resulting in a palpable sense of disaffection and disillusionment. The election outcomes across key districts pointed to a significant erosion of support for AKP, an unthinkable scenario just a few years ago. These developments underscore a growing dissatisfaction among voters, driven by economic instability, perceived policy failures, and increasing concerns about Turkey's foreign policy direction. This shift has far-reaching implications, both domestically and internationally, as it marks a departure from the entrenched political norms that have dominated Turkish politics for years. It also reflects the complex and multifaceted nature of Middle Eastern geopolitics, where allegiances are often fluid and subject to the ebbs and flows of regional dynamics and global influences. With these significant political shifts reshaping Turkey's domestic and international stance, we broaden our focus to observe how the holy month of Ramadan intertwines with the intricate political and social fabric of the broader Middle East. Reflecting on Scott Ritter's analysis, Ramadan, a month reverberating with deep spiritual resonance, casts its unique aura across the Middle East. In this region, frequently caught in the throes of conflict, the holy month offers a contrasting tableau of introspection and geopolitical intricacies. This year's Ramadan has been particularly poignant, marked by a discernible increase in diplomatic activities, perhaps reflecting a collective aspiration for peace amidst persistent tensions. During the day, a tranquil spirit of devotion pervades, as communities engage in fasting and reflection. However, as night falls, the landscape transforms, with several regions witnessing a surge in activism and strategic diplomatic engagements. These dual narratives of religious observance and political negotiations mirror the multifaceted and intricate nature of the Middle East. On one hand, there's a communal immersion in the spiritual practices of Ramadan, fostering a sense of unity and solidarity. On the other, the nights become stages for intensified diplomatic dialogues and public demonstrations, highlighting the region's ongoing quest for resolution and stability. The period of Ramadan thus becomes a microcosm of the broader societal and political dynamics at play in the Middle East, intertwining devout faith with the unceasing pursuit of diplomatic solutions and social justice. As we navigate these multifaceted dimensions of Ramadan in the Middle East, we are reminded of the region's complex tapestry. This brings us back to the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran, a situation that, even in the solemnity of Ramadan, remains a critical and unresolved narrative. In the complex geopolitical chessboard that defines the Middle East, the standoff between Iran and Israel has taken a central stage, captivating global attention. Tehran, still grappling with the ramifications of the Israeli airstrike on its embassy in Damascus, has unequivocally warned of severe consequences. These statements, far from being mere rhetorical flourish, signal a tangible readiness on Iran's part to escalate the situation if necessary. The tension brewing between these two nations transcends typical bilateral disputes, evolving into a high-stakes conflict with the potential to shift the entire region's strategic balance. Iran is visibly ramping up its military readiness, signaling a state of heightened preparedness. Conversely, Israel is maintaining, if not intensifying, its aggressive military posture. This tense standoff is more than a mere power play. It embodies a complex web of ideological, religious, and historical contentions that have long simmered beneath the surface in the Middle East. The current scenario is emblematic of the intricate interplay of regional dynamics, a reflection of deep-rooted animosities and long-standing disputes. As each side bolsters its position, the potential for a broader regional conflict looms large, raising concerns among international observers about the stability and future of the Middle East. The situation is a vivid illustration of the fragile and often volatile nature of geopolitical relations in the region, where historical grievances and contemporary strategic interests intersect to create a highly charged and unpredictable environment. As we scrutinize these intense geopolitical developments and their ramifications, it becomes increasingly clear how they resonate beyond regional borders, affecting the broader landscape of international relations. Let's now shift our focus to synthesize these multifaceted narratives, contemplating the wider implications that weave together the intricate and complex story of Middle Eastern geopolitics and its ripple effects across the globe. Reflecting on Scott Ritter's analysis, we see Mach's events in the Middle East as more than transient skirmishes. They symbolize deeper power struggles, indicating shifts in alliances and ambitions in a historically complex region. Understanding these intricate dynamics, where today's ally might be tomorrow's adversary, is key to grasping the ongoing narrative of this area. The attack on the Iranian embassy is a pivotal moment that may herald significant political disadvantages for Israel post-Ramadan. Islamic governments, such as Erdogan's, are being pressured by their populations to adopt clear stances and actions in support of the people of Gaza, rather than remaining ambiguous, merely paying lip service, and attempting to sit at two tables, as Erdogan has been accused of doing. As we continue to witness these developments, we pledge to offer insightful, nuanced analysis of this ever-evolving geopolitical landscape. Thank you for joining us in this journey through the complex tapestry of Middle Eastern politics. Stay tuned for more insights and in-depth analysis of global affairs.